Before the college football season started, here at KSR, we did a simulated Kentucky season using College Football 25, and it is eerie how accurate it was. What makes it crazy is that I have simulated these games several times since then and gotten completely different results. But the one that we decided to live stream is insanely accurate. And if you don't believe me in this video, go back and watch from 1 month ago. As you can see, we have our 3 videos right there and you can watch the full simulated season. But here, I'm just going to give you a quick recap of what has happened so far and then what it predicted for the rest of the season. So, of course, we start with the Southern Miss game, and there weren't too many things that could parallel real life in our simulation, other than it was a weird game, because it was a weird game in real life. The game started, I think, at like midnight. Barrion Brown did have a couple of touchdown receptions in real life, as he does in this video game. Nothing like this. This is a 3rd and 15, and he takes it, 86 yards? So that play didn't exactly happen, but he did have a pair of touchdown receptions. And then in this simulation, look at this. Southern Miss is going for the win right here. J.Q. Hardaway with the interception. Well, guess what? He actually did do that in real life. Picked it off in the end zone. And in our simulation, Kentucky holds off Southern Miss. They're 1-0. They're 1-0 in real life. And then the Gamecocks come to town, and this is where it gets really creepy, folks. South Carolina, who won this game in real life 31-6 and dominated, led 10-0. I believe that was the score at one point. It was 10-0. It's 10-0 in our simulation. And then look at this. South Carolina leading 24-6. Kentucky stops them at the goal line at the last play of the game. The final score in our simulation, 24-6. And it was an inch away from being 30-6, maybe 31-6, as it was in real life. And Sellers had 2 touchdown passes. So that's creepy. Then Kentucky plays Georgia. And in our simulation, we're thinking Kentucky's going to get blown out. But look at this. 31-28. Kentucky couldn't recover the onside kick. But just as in real life, the Cats gave the Dogs a fight. And just like in real life, Kentucky's 1-2. And that takes us to the Ohio game, which in the simulation was bonkers. In real life, of course, Kentucky rolled to a 41-6 victory. But in this simulation, here's Ohio trying to take the lead late, an interception in the end zone. Actually, there was one thing that paralleled real life. Now, Ohio has the ball here. This is an overtime, second overtime. They score a touchdown. Now, this is what did happen in real life. Kentucky gets a stop on a 2-point conversion attempt. And in the simulation, it's crazy. It's 19-13 Ohio. Kentucky needs to score, get the 2-point conversion. And who gets a big touchdown? Josh Caddis. The simulation wasn't wrong. It was just early. So Kentucky's got it tied, 19-19. They need the 2-point conversion to win, to get even at 2-2. The handoff to Chip Trainum, who did not play in the game, and Kentucky wins 21-19 in thrilling fashion. Of course, again, in real life, Kentucky won 41-6, but that would take us to Ole Miss. And again, this is so creepy because we could have ran this simulation 100 times. We would have had 99 to 100 different results. But here's the one we got when we did this live. But Kentucky trying to pull off the upset. Now, Ole Miss on their very first drive, as they did in real life, a rushing touchdown, methodical kind of drive. But the Cats would storm back at 7-7. Oh, also, of course, that happened a few times. But here we go, 14-7 late in the half, and Kentucky gets a touchdown to close out the half, just like they did in real life. Now, notice, Kentucky has the lead right here, 21-14. Let's pause it just for a second. Now, in real life, remember, it's 4th and 7 near midfield. Lane Kiffin decides to go for it, and they hit a pass over the middle that goes for a touchdown. Look at what happens in the simulation. Taken down to the 2-yard line, and the Rebels would punch it in to tie the game at 21. Insane. Now Kentucky trying to get the lead back. Play action. Vandergrift finds Anthony Brown Stevens into the red zone. And the clock ticking down, 3:20 and change. And of course, it ends up being a field goal attempt that Alex Raynor, he just doesn't miss. Bang. Cats lead 24-21. The Ole Miss fans starting to get a little nervous, but The Rebels on a 4th and 5. Remember, Kentucky had them 4th and 11, chance to win the game. The Rebels convert again and would get all the way down to the 20-yard line as they go to attempt the game-tying field goal, just as they did in real life. But in our simulation, they couldn't get it off in time, which, when you consider how bad the field goal was missed, might as well have been what happened in real life. Kentucky wins 24-21, winning by 3 at Ole Miss, making the record 3-2. Just crazy. So what is in store for the future? As you look at Kentucky, Vanderbilt, what's going to happen? Well, here's what our simulation says is going to happen the rest of the way. Cats trailing 3-0. How about just throw the ball to Barryon Brown? It's kind of a cheat code in college football 25. Cats lead at 7-3. Diego Pavia, they've been watching a lot of tape on him all week, I'm sure, and there's an interception. Trying to keep him at bay. No touchdown passes for Diego Pavia in the first half. Cats lead 7-3. Now trying to put some more points on the board before the half. They do. Cats lead 14-3, but Diego Pavia, you can't keep him at bay for too long. Commodores finally find the end zone. It's 14-9 as they went for 2. And then, you know what? Just when in doubt, throw it up to Barryon Brown. Cats lead 21-12. And then one more touchdown. How about this one for Dane Key diving into the end zone? That looked like almost exactly like his dive into the end zone versus Missouri 2 years ago. Diego Pavia, again, scores a touchdown, but it would be too little too late. The Cats are able to get enough first downs, run out the clock, and improve to 4-2 on the season going into the Swamp. As somebody says here in the chat, sheer record-wise, we're about where we thought we would be. That's true, and that's hopefully how we'll feel in real life. This is a casual Alex Raynor 50-yard field goal that's probably good from 60 because Alex Raynor is a beast. 3-0, Cats. But the Gators, trying to come right back. That's Deion Walker. He's throwing Mertz to the ground. 3-3, Florida settles for a field goal. Now we're in the second quarter. What a pass right there, I believe, to Anthony Brown-Stevens. Now, Cats up 10-3, and then there's a big play. J.Q. Hardaway to the house. Cats lead 17-3 on the 42-yard pick six. Now it's 17-10, but another Brock Vandegrift touchdown pass. And the Cats go up 24-10. The Florida Gators would get a touchdown back. It's 24-17. Gators need a stop. They're not going to get it because Chip Trayanum, fresh off an injury, thought he was redshirting. No, he's coming back for Florida, apparently. And the Cats hold off the Gators for a 4th straight year, 24-17. And then this is disappointing. And if this happens, which I wouldn't be completely shocked, this would be very disappointing. Cats trailing 17-0 to the Tigers, and then a pick six on a 2nd and 13. Tigers lead it 24-0 at the break. But Kentucky, you got to admire the fight. They did not give up. 31-13 touchdown. Here you go. Late Kentucky's got it within 7, 41-34. They need to recover the onside kick to keep this game alive. They are unable to do so. And the Tigers hold off Kentucky 41-34. It's a disappointing loss. Kentucky falls to 5-3. That loss probably eliminates them from the playoffs. And then Kentucky never has much luck with Tennessee. Here we go just for fun. Kentucky sacking Nico, but he would bounce back, get into the end zone for the Volunteers. This is the first time I rage quit a game because I can't see us losing to Tennessee like that. So we go to the other UT after a win over Murray State. Murray State's not in college football 25, so no sense in simulating that one. So Kentucky is 6-4 going into the matchup with the Texas Longhorns. And it's the Longhorns getting on the board first, but this is late. It's 7-0. Kentucky comes right back here at the end of the second quarter. Big time play there. They get a timeout. Now it's 1st and 10 from inside the 20, and there's a touchdown pass. The Cats level it at 7 on that pass to Anthony Brown-Stevens. Now the Longhorns will get the lead right back, 14-7. Kentucky, though, driving. 4th quarter. Handoff to Demi Sumo Krongbe. Let's just say DSK for the touchdown. And the Cats are level at 14. Texas converting a big 3rd and 2 there to keep the drive alive. Here's the 3rd and 14. Boom. They're in field goal range. Cats need a stop. 1st and 10. Very next play. And the Longhorns take the lead. The wide receiver was sawed in half, it looked like. But the Longhorns take the lead 21-14. with just a couple of minutes left. And when in doubt, again, just give it to Barion Brown. He will take it to the house, 76 yards for the game-tying touchdown. A lot of time left, though. Here's 3rd and 10. Cats trying to get off the field. Plenty of time to throw, and it's picked off by De'Aric Jackson, and he's going the other way. The Cats now can kick a field goal and take the lead, but Chip Trayanum will get them down to the 5-yard line. Texas fans really nervous now. 2nd and goal. Texas has no timeouts left. Kentucky, you're thinking just get a field goal here to win the game. Chip Trayanum, touchdown. Kentucky leads at 28-21, but did they leave too much time? A minute. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. He makes a man miss, and he's going to the house. Touchdown, Kentucky. And the Cats are going to upset the Longhorns. I bet you they're number 1 at this point, too. 35-21 in Austin. Kentucky 7-4 on the season, trying to get to that elusive 8-4 record. They just never finish 8-4. I don't know what it is. They'll go 9-3. They'll go 7-5. They can't ever get to 8-4. So now a chance to do that at home versus the rivals. And this game sucked. Louisville goes up 13-0 before the half. And then here's Kentucky. Let's just pause this for a second. EA Sports, you don't understand. It's 4th and 1. There's 8 minutes to go in the game. Kentucky has the ball at the Louisville 20. You go for this. You have to do the update. The old Mark Stoops might have kicked a field goal here, but the new Mark Stoops goes for this. Instead, in the simulation, they have the old Mark Stoops programmed, and Kentucky cuts the lead to 10 with the field goal. They do get the ball back. They score a touchdown. It's 13-10. Our connection got a little bad, it looks like. And then on the final play of the game, with a chance to win it with a Hail Mary, Vandergriff actually completes that pass, but it wouldn't matter. Louisville wins 13-10. Go for it on 4th and 1. But it is creepy. How accurate it has been so far, we'll see if it finishes out that way. In this simulation, Kentucky goes 7-5.